And with that great attitude, hello and welcome to Wine Chats with Bildo and Lindalin. My name is Billy Milovanovic, aka Bildo.
My name's Lindsay Kirkwood, also known as Lindalin or Linny, and we were just having a moment of being grumpy. It's fine. It's past, Billy. It's past.
Has
okay?
it? I don't know.
Look at all the headspace, Billy. You
I
didn't even
know.
set it.
Listen, well, we had a problem because we just dropped
What did we
the
do?
phone.
Oh, yeah. Well, the light ring did. Anyways.
Hi. This is Wine Chats, an offensively funny podcast where we chat life and drink wine.
Thank God. Thank God for
Thank
the
God
wine.
for the wine.
Right? Yeah.
Right.
Today we're going to talk about a topic that clearly nobody gives a fucking rat's ass about because nobody answered to our stories. People. And it's actually kind of funny because Billy messaged me saying, oh, do you want to talk about the Olympics? That's what we're talking about today.
Right?
And I replied going, kind of, sort of, not really, but sure, because it's topical.
It's happening in the world. It's so exciting. I actually, anyway, go on. I'll get to you guys later.
Yeah, clearly it's not that exciting to our followers and listeners because we got crickets. But that's okay. We're going to be drinking wine and it's fine. Oh my God. That's going to be a quote. That's
okay because we're drinking wine. Yeah. I like
everything's
it.
going to be fine.
Yeah.
Everything's going to be fine because we're drinking wine. It doesn't matter which way you say it. It sounds amazing.
I love it.
I know, right? Okay. So we have Tempranillo.
Tempranillo, very good.
Or, as some other people like to say, they like to pronounce the L's. That's fine. As we've learned, it could be Tempranillo.
That's right.
Right?
Yep.
Whatever floats your boat. This is from the amazing The Pond Wine Co. We love their wines. We showcased one of their El Desperado wines last week. Mm-hmm. Love that. Even Cameron had a drink of that afterwards.
Yes, that rosé that was kind of a blush.
So, listen to you. Yeah. I don't know if they would want us to call it a blush because although it's same but different, we found out kind of, sort of. Anyways, this Tempranillo, perfect. I felt like a red because we're kind of we're in moods.
We're moody today.
We're females, so we're always moody.
Yeah.
So look, the Pond Wine Con just blah, blah, blah. We're both trying to talk.
There they are. We see you.
We're doing one of your wines. Oh, which way? The camera's backwards.
There we go.
Yeah. So I was trying to
drink it.
No, because the camera's backwards and you got to move like the wrong arm to get in. Anyways, I was trying to get the label. Before we have it. So I actually quite like finding facts about wines now. Not just typical like, oh, it's a black grape. But like interesting facts, right?
Fun facts, guys.
So, fun facts.
Linny's finally got the gist of what she's supposed to be doing. Excellent. Give us a fun fact. Go on.
You're such a bitch. No, because at the beginning it was like, is it a black grape? What type of grape it is? But now after 2 years, those ones are
it wears off.
Okay, so I'm going to read this again because I don't want to get anything wrong. So this is kind of two facts into one because I'm like, oh, which one do I choose? So you're going to roll your eyes. Do you like art? Do you like?
I mean, I like that it exists.
Oh, right. Okay. Well, maybe you knew this. So apparently people say that the wine in the Bacchus, do you know what the Bacchus mural is? And I hope I'm saying that correctly. So he's a Greek god of wine, which is cool. So Michelangelo painted this guy, the Bacchus dude.
Okay, cool.
And he's holding a glass of wine. And it's said that he was holding a Tempranillo. Don't know if it's true. That's what Google says. So that was kind of cool. And that was in 1595. So you think, oh, wow, that's old.
Yeah,
right?
that goes way, which means the Tempranillo goes way back.
Wow.
So far back.
But does it? It goes further. This is why I was like, I need to have two fun facts. So it's linked to the Don't read.
I'm not. I was looking over there. I promise.
God. Linked to the Phoenician settling as far back as 1100 BC. So Tempranillo is older than Jesus.
Oh, old as fuck. Awesome.
Isn't that crazy?
That is intense. Like that the grape has survived so long.
I think it's...
Do you think they're new grapes?
I think there might be new vines.
I'm sure somewhere out there there's still a vine from way back then that somebody's like keeping alive. You know what I'm saying? Because it could happen. I mean, maybe not from 11,000 BC. That's a bit much.
Not 11,000 BC. It's 1100.
1100, whatever. That's still a long time ago. 1100.
Oh,
look at that beautiful deep color.
I know.
This is what I love to expect from a red, like a really deep. Where is it? See, we're backwards again. I know. Look at that beautiful, beautiful deep. And Linny likes the bubbles. She likes to mention the bubbles. I don't really know much about bubbles. Oh, here.
Can you
See
not
the
bring-
bubbles?
Well, no, I like how the color shines through the bubbles sometimes.
Oh,
That's
is that what
what
we're
I
looking
like.
for? Look at me swirl. Look at me swirl.
Clearly.
Still very... See, I never quite do it right.
Oh my god.
I'm scared of the swirl.
Yeah,
All right.
no, it's a pretty color. I just like how the bubbles showcase the color sometimes. That's all.
How the bubbles showcase the color. Maybe that should be a quote too. That's beautiful. It's really poetic.
You are people. I apologize.
I'm angry at you all today.
She walked in the door.
I'm angry at
and
you all.
She was angry in life in general.
Okay.
So
This will make me happy. Cheers!
I'm smelling first.
I
Wait.
was going to say, God.
Oh, it's quite punchy, strong. It's gonna
It
be
is a
good.
bit punchy, isn't it? Okay, cheers. Let's do this.
Oh, that's so good. I'm hinting, and I don't know.
Yeah.
Right. You
I was
talk.
gonna say that
you
it's
talk,
fruity.
I want to see
It's fruity. It almost tastes, there's like a little bit of burnt candy.
a burnt candy. Do you know what it is? Do you remember ages ago we had a Tempranillo, and I was like, it tastes smoky, like an ashtray.
Yes.
Yeah. Do you remember that? And I
Yes.
don't mean to be disrespectful. I'm like, there's just something.
There's something in it.
Yeah. Not in a bad way, but yeah, it's the tobacco.
Tobacco, yeah,
leaf.
it's the cigar.
Yeah.
Right.
Not cigar. No.
Same. Tobacco creates cigars, right?
So sustainably grown.
Nice.
Oh god, my eyes are like.
Oh, yeah, 'cause
you know,
we're looking
from
at-
the light, and
we
then you
have a-
try and read something. Intercontinental blend. Okay, blueberries and violets, plums. I love anything with the plums. Plums and cranberries, mint and tobacco leaf.
Ooh.
That's cool. Succulent and Moorish, like Sandy and Danny. Oh, like Sandy and Danny off of Grease.
Oh, great, yeah.
I'm assuming that's what they're referring to. Tell me about it, stud. That's what it says on the
Oh,
label.
cute.
How
I
cool.
love it.
Yum.
Oh, this is delicious. Look,
It suits our mood.
it suits our mood
Your
for
mood.
sure. For sure. It definitely suits my mood. It's fruity. It's how you want it.
See, I don't find it very fruity.
I find that's the first thing I got is just a bunch of fruit.
Which, obviously it has.
Yeah, it has. Yeah.
Lots of fruit. But I get like that dark and stormy, like...
Dark and stormy.
Yeah,
Oh,
not
really
rum.
beautiful and sunny out there.
Okay.
Dark and stormy like my mood.
Yeah. Okay. Let's get comfortable for this exciting topic.
Lindsay's demeanor is pretty much the demeanor of our entire audience, it seems, because I was really excited to talk about the Olympics, which is a huge thing that's happening for the world right now, particularly in COVID times. And one of my questions as well, which this is my beef. This is why I'm angry. We put up a bunch of stories on obviously Instagram and Facebook. Literally not one person. We put up stories about Kim Kardashian and her clan, and everybody like jumps on it. But we talk about the Olympics and we get crickets.
Yeah. Well, look.
Here's a fun fact. Cricket is not in the Olympics.
It should be because people would watch it more.
Well, it could be. Ew. What?
No,
What?
like cricket racing.
Oh, cricket racing would be cool. Yeah. Yeah.
See? Can I just defend myself?
Please do.
Because I have watched some of the Olympics. My beef with it is I want to see like the cool cricket races and the BMX and the boxing.
Okay, cricket races are not actually
No, but
a
it should be.
sport.
But like the exciting, like the diving and the gymnastics. I have not seen any gymnastics except for a little bleep of it in between the swimming.
Right.
Whatever. Now, I get that Australia is amazing in swimming and you're surrounded by the water. So it's like,
Girt by sea
their
people.
thing. I
Yeah.
get it. And I know that the televised broadcasting, whatever, has to go according to the schedule, right?
Right.
And that there's a time difference. But where's the replays of like all these other cool things?
Okay, that's actually a really interesting point you just made.
Oh, good.
And well, because I realized that I actually haven't, because I don't watch TV. I literally, it's either like Netflix or binge.
right.
You know, like I watch TV.
Just not real TV.
I'm an Olympian at TV watching, okay? But I don't watch like the real like live TV as, you know, you would refer to it as. I've been going on to the 7, so maybe I can help you guys.
7+. I know, I heard you
The
can go
7
back
Plus
to it.
app, and
Yeah.
I've literally been watching, like I've watched boxing
Okay,
and
cool.
learned so much stuff about how they actually like, how they do it. Like,
Pause.
yeah.
Can you watch that on your TV 7+
Yes.
app? Because I
Yes.
heard that it could only be on your internet or on your internet.
on the internet, Lenny.
on your laptop or phone.
No,
Okay.
because I have a Chromecast. I hear more
Chromecast what?
crickets.
Phone, like Chromecast.
Do you know what a Chromecast
TV?
is?
Well, I know Chromecast, but
Yeah,
what,
so-
on your TV?
Yeah, so there's like a little
Right.
thing that plugs into my TV, and then I can take everything from my phone. I can Chromecast it onto the
Oh,
TV.
yeah, so that's different. So you're not
Right, so
answering
this
my
is why
question.
people aren't. No, but what I'm saying is I end up putting it on the TV while I'm watching.
Yeah, but you know how like my TV has
Yeah.
the 7 Plus app, like the 7 Plus watching app that
Yeah.
you add. And I haven't looked at this. I've heard
Surely
that
that would
even if you
work.
go onto that, it wouldn't work. But I don't know why.
Oh.
My physio told me that, and I'm thinking he's telling me lies.
Okay, so
that I'm
I'm a
saying
little
it.
less angry at you guys. I realize that maybe you just don't have the same access to the Olympics that I've had, because I've been able to watch like archery,
Cool. See, I want to
so
watch
cool.
archery. Yeah.
boxing, obviously all the gymnastics I've been killing.
So you're going back. You're watching. You're looking at.
I'm watching highlights. I'm watching,
okay.
like all the, like I obviously, like Lenny said, fair enough. You want to skip all the bits where the heats and the qualifying and all that into the, like I want to watch all the gold medal stuff. So you just go straight to it. So, okay, maybe I'm a little less angry at you considering that maybe you don't all have the same.
Yeah, but we
that I do.
could.
But you could.
We could.
But
we can go and watch.
Still,
it.
you can be a little bit more interested about it, people. This is a huge world event that's happening. Plus, how exciting is it that we're going to have the Olympics? Nobody cares. But is
Nobody
anybody
cares.
excited that it's coming to Brisbane in
Oh, I think that's cool.
2030? How cool is that?
I'll see, like, I can see the GABA from my front porch.
Yes.
Like, that'll be cool for the fireworks and the, wee, whatever.
and also the sports that's going to be happening.
that too.
Oh, look.
No, but like the vibe in the city.
Right,
That
yes.
will be cool, considering it's right,
Right here.
7 minutes down the road from me.
Yes.
I think that's cool, and I think it's something exciting to look forward to.
Well, that's nice.
I like that.
How old are we going to be when the Olympics are on? Lenny?
Old. I already.
11.
I'm
I'm going to be 46 or 7.
Well, which
And the
one?
kids are going to be teenagers. Our kids could be in the Olympics, guys.
Oh my god.
My kids are going to be in the performance area.
Your kids could not be. Your eldest is only 5.
Yeah, so in 11 years' time, she'll be 16.
Oh, okay.
So she'll be one of the
Yeah.
performers, clearly, because we are not sports people.
Yeah, but are they 16? I know they can be like 17 and 18, but are some people? Yeah, actually, there's some
I don't
people
know.
16.
Surely.
Oh, what's
Is there? What do you get?
a weird eyebrow? Can you
Ah!
please get that?
Did you
eyebrow
get it?
hair? I don't know, but it was massively out of place.
Anyway, I don't know how you dare say that Olympians can't be more than 16 or 17.
No, competing. Like right now in the Olympics, are there 16-year-olds competing?
When
That's
there's a
what I'm asking.
14-year-old
Oh.
Canadian
Oh, is there? Cool.
swimmer.
Oh, go girl or guy.
This is how little she's been watching the Olympics. I don't know this kid's name, but she's 14 and she's been competing and she's done so well.
Crazy.
And this is what I like about the Olympics.
Yeah.
Because I was thinking about it as well. Let's face it, people. I'm not a sports person. If anybody listened to episode 8, which was very early on in our career,
I haven't even listened to that.
our
yet.
episode that's
Yeah.
titled Sports and Wine Don't Mix.
Oh,
Remember when we
who
talked about...
chose that title?
Well,
Billy?
because it doesn't, because we're not sports people. Lindsay was a cheerleader. Cheerleading is not part of the Olympics.
It was like for 10 minutes.
Whatever. Either way, I'm not a sports person, but I just like, why am I so fascinated by the Olympics? I think it's just that it's something easy to follow. When I turn on the TV, I'm not going to use soccer because soccer sucks anyway.
Yeah.
It doesn't matter what like capacity it's in.
Oh.
I hate soccer.
Yeah.
They spend 90 minutes running back and forth and nobody scores and it's stupid. What's the point?
Yeah,
It's all
it
for
is
naught.
very frustrating. Isn't
But
it?
like,
Yeah.
it's easy to watch boxing and be like, wow, Israel is
Oh.
fighting China. You know, like that's something I
Yeah.
kind of feel like it's easy to follow.
Well, and there's a lot of like oomph to that sport watching it. Like there's a lot of
Yeah.
things happening.
Yeah.
Whereas I feel this about swimming. It's like
No, but the swimming's been really exciting too because then they
No.
have like the 100-meter swim and that's like a
Ooh.
sprint
Yeah, I get that.
and it moves quickly.
Yeah, I get that part too. It still doesn't interest me.
What's-
Even like last night, so Cameron and I were watching TV and I'm like, okay, yeah, I'm out. I'm going to bed. And he, like where our bedroom door is, like you can see through to the living room. And he's like, oh, babe, I'm just going to stay up for a little bit longer and watch TV. I'm like, yeah, whatever. And he goes, oh, good. Swimming's on again. And I yell out, boring. Boring. Of course swimming's on. That's all that's ever on.
That's
Swimming.
because Australians are so good at swimming. We're just like killing it in the swimming
Yeah, but who cares?
sport.
The other little funny thing, I shouldn't say who cares. That's not very nice.
I know, right?
think-
Look at
no,
all
I
our
shouldn't-
sports
I
people that have
shouldn't
been
say
killing
that.
themselves.
No, and I think it's fantastic and it's amazing. I like the stories behind it. Like the
Yeah.
one swimmer where her father died and she has a tattoo on her foot. And like, I love
I cannot
stories
deal
like
with that. I hate
right?
that shit. I skip forward in that.
Yeah, because you don't like anything with emotion.
Sad.
Yeah.
Yes. Yeah.
I like those stories. I like to know about the like athletes and who they are, where they come from, and all this stuff. But funny, the other night, not last night, the other night, I was watching
on a separate night.
Yeah, watching the Olympics again, because Cameron was watching them. I was like, oh, I want my hair played with, because I love my hair being played with.
What has this got to do with the Olympics?
Because I stayed on the couch to watch the Olympics, but I'm like, babe, can you play with my hair? And so he just played with my hair while he watched them, and I closed my eyes.
Wow. I don't even know where to go with
supported.
that. That's,
I'm just saying I've supported.
It's nice though. You had it up on the TV when I walked in. So it's kind of like, it's a cool kind of thing to have in the background, right?
Which was, yes.
Yeah.
And they had BMX.
Oh, right.
Like the cute little BMX, mini BMX trickster people. Yeah.
Okay.
You know.
Haven't seen that.
Missing out. Okay. Are
Well,
we done? Can we move on?
I know, right?
Anything
Anyway,
else?
that was my great disappointment in you people for not
yeah.
really participating and watching, because it's such a cool event.
It
So
is.
to punish you
Oh.
for not knowing anything about the Olympics or caring about it, let's go right back.
I know stuff about it.
What do you know about the Olympics?
That athletes are competing. Canada is always just outside of the medal winnings.
Arena.
Yeah, but that's okay. Winter Olympics will be coming.
Oh,
It's fine.
right.
Yeah, no, I do. Look, I don't find it
Look, I get it.
exciting.
Do you know, I watched the opening ceremony.
I was just going to bring this up.
Did you
Yes.
did you watch it?
For a little bit, and then I got really tired, like sleepy. I was like, it was pretty, and I get the meaning behind it, but it was all so
Art. This is how much
floaty and
Lenny likes
artsy.
art,
yeah. That I fell asleep on the couch. I'm not joking. I tried though. I watched a little bit.
I roll my eyes at Lenny, but I almost had the same kind of reaction. But do you know what? I will have a little beef with you, Tokyo Olympics.
Oh.
Well, I just think because, maybe it was I don't think it was a last minute thing, but obviously there were no crowds allowed. So there's no crowds allowed in any of the sports. There's no crowds allowed, obviously, in the opening ceremony.
We all know this,
right?
Yes.
I'm leading to something.
Okay. I'm like,
So I think that it would have been better if they had catered that opening ceremony to the television. Because, like, instead of filming it like they normally would, so we can, like, they pan around so we can see the audience and you can see the atmosphere and all that, because it was kind of dead and there was no one there. I feel like they could have done it a little bit more to cater to TV and, like, place their cameras a little bit better so it's not so sad looking.
I think they probably did, Billy.
Well, they didn't do a very good job.
Oh. Okay.
So there's my There's that with the camera directors of Tokyo. You know what I mean? Like, I think normally it's the atmosphere that kind of, like, drives the whole thing, but without the atmosphere of the people, it was like they could have made it, like, a bit more visually stunning for the television and not for the crowd that's not existing.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? Anyway, that's just a little pick I had. But I legitimately had a tear come to my sad, dry eye. When I watched all the Olympians come out and
I didn't
just
get
seeing
that
the
far.
world come out. Oh, of course, you fell asleep.
I did.
But seeing the world come together in, during this horrible, horrible time that's kind of happening in the world. And it was just really nice to, like, see everybody finally come, which obviously it seems like I'm the only one who didn't realize that that Tokyo 2020 was happening in 2021. Like, Henry had to tell me.
I had to clue. Do you know what?
Right?
I had a moment as well. Two things. When Brisbane won the bid for 2032, I was like, well, hang on. How can it be 2032? Because I'm doing the math.
Yeah.
It's like every 4 years. I'm like, well, that doesn't add up. We're in 21 right now. Like, so I'm adding, and I'm like, why is it 21? That seems a bit weird. Like, normally it's even. So I had this whole blonde moment. My mom would be rolling her eyes like, yeah, that's typical Lindsay.
No, it's not.
So I was like, okay, that's a bit odd, but I must be missing something. And then when I kept seeing Tokyo 2020, and I told Cameron this last night, which I should not have, because he now thinks I'm not very intelligent at all. I'm like, what year is it? And I actually...
I'm so glad you're saying this.
I can't believe I'm telling people this. I actually had to Google what year it was and look in my diary. I'm like, is it 2020?
Oh,
it
Lindsay!
Can be 2020.
Girlfriend.
Bless. It was, although in my defense, it was in the morning before my coffee.
Right.
I just turned the news on and you see Tokyo 2020.
Yeah.
So that's my defense.
But I didn't clue in either. I, like, legitimately just didn't think about it until Henry said to me the same thing.
Yeah.
He was like, it's in 2021. It was supposed to be last year, so that's why it's Tokyo 2020.
Yeah.
And I was like, holy fuck, it is Tokyo 2020. And then that made me think about all the people who had to qualify, like back in 2019, early 2020, right?
Yeah, but that's good because they had a whole extra year to train.
And that's what Henry said, but not really good because professional athletes at that level, I would know, guys. Okay, I did CrossFit for a few years, plus I do Muay Thai. I know the professional athletes.
Some people may not be able to get your sarcasm right there.
Well, that is their problem, isn't it?
Okay.
No, like you have to get to it, like you have to train and then maintain that level, and you would have done that for like 2020, for example. Yeah. But you're not going to be like, you're a year older, things are different, you're training in a different way. Like to maintain that, they would have to stop their training and then start again before the games, and you may not be as good as that.
Or you could be better.
Or you could be better. I doubt they just keep training for an extra year.
Well, no, they probably would have taken a break. When they found out that it was... I would think... And when I say a break, I mean like 6 weeks maybe.
No, Lenny, you think that they've been training for over a year?
100%. 100%.
That's what Henry reckons too. And I'm like, nah, there'd be so many couch potatoes out there.
No way.
Yeah.
Are you... No.
Okay, so then plus this is one of my fun facts. So it was only like almost 60%. I think it was like 57% of the qualifications that were actually filled because they hadn't finished qualifying for all the sports before Tokyo 2020 was called off. So then there were like another 43% that managed to qualify to get into the Olympics this year. Okay. So that's probably how your little 14-year-old Canadian swimmer, Gino's just joined us. Gino might know the name of the Canadian swimmer that's been killing it. Yeah. But that's probably how she qualified. Otherwise, she'd have to qualify at 12. Like thinking about it back in...
Well, yeah, because you qualified
12 or 13.
Yeah. Okay, well, look, I don't know.
So like shout out to all the sports people who made it in.
They're called athletes.
Athletes who made it in to this big sports thing that you're doing. Okay.
Wow.
Well done.
Okay.
Anyway, I'm not going to bore you with exactly like where the Olympics originally started from because literally it goes back to Zeus. Okay, so this is...
Yeah, because it's like the gladiator times and stuff like that. Yeah.
Okay, let's talk about it, Lenny.
Oh, let's.
Although the ancient games were staged in Olympia, which is where the game comes from, Greece, from 1776 BC through to 393 AD.
It's not even as old as the Tempranillo grape.
Right? Mm-hmm. Maybe they were drinking the Tempranillo during...
Yeah, they could have been.
The Olympia.
Yeah.
It took 1,500 years, 1,503 to be exact, for the Olympics to return.
Oh, why?
And the first modern Olympics were held in Athens in 1896.
Athens. Oh, cool.
Yeah. Which is, yes. Hang on. Oh. So the man responsible for its rebirth was a Frenchman, would you believe? Baron Pierre de Coubertin. I don't know. Who presented the idea... I don't know. Listen, it is what it is. Yeah. Oh. He presented the idea in 1894. His original thought was to unveil the modern games in 1900. But then the people were like, no, like do it straight away. So that's why it started in 1896 instead, which is a weird year. Anyway. So there's that for those of you who are really curious about where it came from. But yeah, it says the ancient Olympic Games were primarily a part of a religious festival in honor of Zeus, the father of the Greek gods and goddesses. So really, we're actually all celebrating Zeus right now. Nobody even knows who he is. Does anybody care?
He's a god of something.
He's a god of something.
Was he the god of wine, like Bacchus?
No, we wish he was.
How funny.
But he wasn't.
Yeah.
What else do we have?
The wine. Oh, sorry. Yeah, go.
Lenny, how many sports are currently competing?
No idea.
Have a guess.
46.
33.
Oh, okay.
It doesn't seem like a lot, does it?
33. Well, no, but yes, 33. Like if you had to name 33 sports, you'd probably struggle. That are in the Summer Olympics. Yeah. I think I would struggle trying to name. Yeah.
I probably would too. I have no idea. And then there's a bunch of new sports, which I didn't actually know this until they started talking about the Brisbane Olympics coming up and saying like, which sport do you think should be included in the Olympics in Brisbane or whatever? I didn't realize they introduced new sports. So this, I didn't. I just kind of thought there were like set amount of sports. Did you know that they introduced?
Yes.
Never knew it. Thanks, Wine Chats. So this year, the new sports that they're doing is surfing, sport climbing.
An Aussie guy won a bronze. Yes.
Yes. After like some massively traumatic
injury.
shit. Yeah. Well done.
Oh.
Don't know your name. You did amazing. Surfing, sport climbing.
Oh,
What the fuck is sport climbing?
I don't know what
Is that like
sport
rock
climbing.
climbing?
I would think if it was rock climbing, they'd say rock climbing. I
I
don't know.
would think so too. So, okay.
Sport climbing. Okay, right.
For those of you who care, which is no one,
No one.
tell us about it.
Uh-huh.
Skateboarding.
Oh, cool.
Isn't that cool?
Yeah. Uh-huh.
Baseball?
Baseball's never been in the Olympics.
Apparently not.
That's weird.
Right?
Okay.
And karate.
Oh yeah.
Which
Yeah,
I also
yeah.
would have
I knew
thought.
about karate being
Well, I
new.
thought, I don't know. It seemed like a sport that would be in. And I think a Serbian chick won the gold medal in karate.
Oh, cool.
I literally could have made that up, but Novak Djokovic put it up on his Facebook and like how they were all celebrating her. So
Okay.
listen, let's just go with that. Congratulations to you too.
I'd like to know if, well, this year might be a little bit
Yeah.
tricky, but like how many of the athletes get it on?
Oh, so many.
Would
COVID
they-
times? I don't
We'll
know.
see COVID bubble because they're in their little Olympic team bubble within, a bubble.
Yeah.
And like those cardboard boxes, I wonder if like the beds, have you seen the beds? How
No.
they're made out of like what?
No.
They're made out of like, not cardboard boxes, but cardboard crushed together or whatever. Boxes. I wonder how those bed bases hold up. Anyways, my mind's.
Wow, Lenny.
But you know how with athletes, some athletes are like, no, you can't have sex, like something to do with
Yeah.
adrenaline and all that kind of stuff.
I think for every athlete that can't do it, there's like a bazillion that can.
That do, yeah.
So they would just be, they'd be running rampant, I'm sure.
Okay.
The other little controversy that's come out of the Olympics is the gymnastics outfits. Have you heard about this?
No.
How the German team has showed up
Yeah.
and instead of wearing the usual leotard,
Yeah.
they've been wearing like a full bodysuit.
Okay.
So
yeah.
it covers like, it goes all the way up to their ankles and whatnot.
Oh.
And there's been like a bit of controversy about that because there's a lot of like, there's the
Yeah.
thought that it's like, well, no, that's not proper gymnastics gear. Obviously it is because the Olympics let them in. But then there's been so much like talk about sexualization of gymnasts
Yeah.
that they're like, nah, we need to be able to make our own choice and whatnot.
Was this a German? Who did you say? The Germans?
The German
Okay,
team.
yeah,
Because there was
yeah.
also that, was it Norwegian or something team that the volleyball team, this isn't in the Olympics, but they
Okay.
wanted to wear shorts instead of like skimpy little
bikini bottoms.
bikini bottoms.
Yeah.
And they got fined for wearing it. This is outside of the Olympics. This is another competition.
yeah.
But it's an interesting time for female athletes and being able to choose what they want to wear, especially if it's like allowed.
Well, yeah, and it must be allowed, obviously, because they let them in. But that was
Yeah,
like
exactly.
the whole swimming. I'm gonna sneeze.
yeah.
It's just gonna ricochet everywhere.
Yeah.
Germs. Yeah, because you remember back in the day, not long ago, I'm going to say
Yeah.
a few years, I don't know, but like the females wore like the high cut bottom, like one piece, but the high cut.
Yeah.
And now, have you noticed? Have you not been
Yes,
watching the swimming?
I have.
How they have the like down to the knee,
Yeah.
which has been the case for,
For years, yeah.
well, I wouldn't say years, but for
Well,
a few years.
yeah.
So I wonder if the gymnastics thing is heading that way.
Well, probably.
Like you think of these crazy tricks, sorry, I totally cut you off.
Yes.
These crazy things that they're doing, like, and I know their outfits would be, made properly, and maybe they have like a little cup in there so it doesn't like ride up. But like,
Surely
how
they'd
do
have
they?
to.
Like, they're not wearing underwear in those things. Like,
No, and I think they have like
imagine-
spray that sticks their
Oh,
leotards to them so it doesn't move.
right. That
I
they
think
would
I've seen
have
that
to.
in like Bring It On, like one of those
Ah.
teenage gymnastics movies. Well, they'd
Oh,
have
it's
to
gotta
because
be
otherwise
fast.
you're right.
Yeah.
Like they would all
Yeah.
be having wedgies and stuff.
Yeah, and who cares about the wedgie? I'm thinking the female, or even the guy's
Yeah.
willy like popping out.
Totally. So it's kind of nice that we're trying to move in this direction where there's like, where they could just choose what they want to wear.
Well,
You
they
go,
should,
ladies.
as long as it doesn't affect their ability
No,
and
yeah.
them performing
Yeah.
better, right? Like,
Totally. I'm sure they've got it, Lenny. They're fine. They trained for this.
Is that it for your facts? Can we
Look,
go?
that's it. We just wanted to also, we just wanted to. You don't care. But here we go. Here's the medal tally.
Oh, right.
Okay.
Yeah.
As it stands today, not that any of you care, but as it stands today,
Some people do care, Billy, just because they didn't reply to the stories.
Japan is in number 1.
Oh, rigged.
Right?
Rigged.
Right?
Yep, totally. By how
They are
many?
standing at 22 medals overall. They've got 13 gold medals, 4 silver, 5 bronze.
Right, but see, this is the funny thing that
Isn't
always
it? Yeah.
tricks me up, because even though they're in first place, because it's all amount of how many gold
Yes.
medals you have, they don't have the most
True.
medals. And anyways, go.
True, because China has 27 medals,
Mm-hmm.
but obviously of lower color. Australia is number 5 currently.
Okay.
We've got 6 medals, which is...
No, 6
sorry, 6
gold.
gold. We've got
6 gold.
16.
Yeah, that's good.
Standing at 16, which is great.
Where's Canada?
Canada, you're number 12. The beautiful 10 medals. Congratulations. That's great.
Yay, go Canada.
And that's really of interest. I mean, I could tell you all about the former Yugoslavian countries, but nobody cares about that either.
Do they compete? Do they do well?
Yes, because we've got like Slovenia and Serbia and Croatia and all that.
Oh,
They're
actually,
all,
the Croatian rowing team was doing really well this morning on the news.
Oh, there you go.
I don't know. If
Well
they
done,
won,
guys. Well done to all of you athletes who made it. Thank you for caring about what you do.
Oh my God.
Because clearly our audience doesn't.
Maybe they're just too busy. Or maybe they watch it when the interesting stuff isn't on. Billy.
Okay. Nobody cares. Let's move it on. Let's
should
just
we
wrap
just
it
do
up.
rappity rap?
Let's rappity wrap.
Yeah.
Next week's episode is extra exciting. Is that right? Is it next week? Are we on the...
Oh, yeah.
Yes.
I'm
Okay,
like,
great.
Are you talking about him, the guest, or us?
No.
it's us.
Oh,
Yeah,
that
yeah,
too.
yeah.
We've got
we don't
extra
want to
exciting.
reveal
Yeah,
the
no.
secret.
But we do have an exciting episode next week because next week is our 100th episode, Lenny.
It seems a bit crazy because we've been doing it for 2 years now. Surely we should have passed this by now. But anyways, we haven't.
But yeah, we haven't.
Our 100 years.
Wow.
We look good for our age.
Right? Wow.
100th
100
episode.
full episodes. We're very excited to celebrate. We're going to be interviewing each other next week. So
I can't wait.
I can't wait.
We don't know what we're going to be at. Well, I know
No.
what I'm asking you, but
yeah.
we're not sharing the questions. Okay.
So we'll see you then. Rappity rap. Oh, yes, of course. You can find us on.
I'm like, what about our socials?
You can find us on our socials. Facebook, Instagram, TikTok, Twitter, LinkedIn, all the places. Just Google us, Wine Chats Podcast or Wine Chats with Bildo and Lindalin, winechatspodcast.com. You can frickin' email us. Not about the Olympics because obviously nobody cares. So just shut it down, Lenny. Go for it.
Okay. Bye. Look at her. She's out. We'll chat to you next week. Bye, guys. Simple, Bill. That's all we have to
Maybe
do.
that's something you'll care about.
Right. She is dirty. Poor Billy. Poor Billy.